Hello everyone, myself Manish Bonala. This video is a walkthrough of the solution for the React assignment given by the company named Zithara. Now first we'll look at the description of the task given by the company. Then we'll look at the working of the website that I've built. Then I'll walk you through the code. So let's look at the description of the project first. So the task description goes like this. They've asked us to create 50 records in the database with the following column fields: serial number, customer name, age, phone, location, created, and some dummy data. Created a single page application to display the above data in table format with search option and pagination with 20 records per page. The created at column data has to be displayed in two separate columns as date and time. The search functionality will search the data by the column name or location. There should be an option to sort the data either by date or by time. Okay, now let's look at the website that I've built. I've named it as customer data management. Now, as the first step, the data should contain 50 records. I added one record when I'm actually testing the website. Then they're told to create a single page application to display the above data in a tabular format with search option and pagination with 20 records per page. Now, as you can see, there are 20 records per page. And the number of buttons will be displayed according to the number of total records in the page. Okay. Now there is a search bar, and also there is an option to sort the data. You can sort the entire data in four types: ascending, descending, according to the date, and the same with the time. Date ascending, date time ascending, date descending, and time descending. The default will be set to none. Now let's look at the search option. Let's search a user. Let's go to the first page. Well, now let's search by the location as well. You can clearly see New York is displayed. Then let's search for Hyderabad. You can see the records displayed. Now the website actually fulfills all the task description uh, that they have given, and I have additionally added a feature to add the user as well. Now let's look at that. To add the user, we have to enter the username first, then the location, and when you click on submit, the user will be getting added to the database. When you go back and move to the last page, you can clearly see that the user uh, get added got added to the website. This is it for the website part. Now let's look at the code as well. Okay. Now let us look at the code as well. This is the folder structure. First, let us look at the backend. This is the index.js file. Basically, they have only asked us to fetch the data from the database. So the primary route is the get user data route, which fetches the data through this query. So let's start from users such that the entire records from the database will be selected, and they are sent. The rows are sent as the response to the front end. Now, if you look at the function which I have used to create the table, uh, I've actually created a separate file, create table .js file. Here, have required the git client function. Now, let's first look at this client. Do you know work with PostgreSQL? Uh, Node.js provides us a library called as PG. We first install it using npm IPG, and then uh, we use the client method they will give to access the database. using the database connection URL string, and then we can perform all the operations that we perform in the PostgreSQL using Node.js itself. Now, the database URL is actually present in the .env file, and we acquire it using process.env.db URL, and then we initialize the client and then return the client. Once we get the client, we connect it to the uh, we connect to the database. Now, the reason it is await is it's an asynchronous call. Um, this is the creatable query uh, according to the problem description that they have given, and we finally log that the table was created successfully once the table is created. Now, let's look at the main part of the code, the index.js file. Um, this part is pretty straightforward. The response will get the here we have there's a point to note that Express does not allow us to directly access the body of the uh, request object. So we have to explicitly find a way to use it. So one of the ways is to import body parser, and another way is to directly use app.use express.json. But I've used body parser.json since the kind of data we send from the front end is of the type JSON. It's similar to this. Destructure the object that we got into these variables, then store it in the values uh, array, and then pass it while we are actually executing the query. Uh, the reason we use this type of syntax is to avoid SQL injection, as you always know. Then we only need the current row that we have inserted, so we only send that particular row such that we can store it in some kind of state variable which we will see in the front end code. Um, Once the user is added, we send a message that the user was successfully added. Then there we included a global catch to if there is any kind of server error which we were not able to catch. Of course, we set up the catch statements in the routes itself, but if the user hits some different kind of route, then instead of crashing the server will stay on by providing this kind of an error. And now let's look at the front end code. Now let us look at the front end part. Uh, the front end part, as we all know, app.js is the main component. In that, we have a header component and the data component. The header component, we just included the heading. As you can see, customer data management is the heading. Then the main component is the data component. It has several state variables. First one is to store the entire data. Second one is to store the particular search uh, result data that we get whenever a user searches for particular username or a location. Then the page number sorted by the search value is loading, and uh, this is, these two are used to add the user. Next, we have the use effect, which will come into effect when the page on the initial load of the page. We hit the backend, get the user data, and we do this formatting because they have asked us uh, the created column has to be displayed in two separate columns, date and time. So we use this particular method to local date string and to local time string to actually stack the date and time from the created column, which is actually a timestamp. If you have noticed the schema of the table, then we set the user data and the filter data uh, to the formatted data that we have done over here. And we have this particular hook that is most important. It will be in effect whenever the search value is changed, or whenever sort by is changed, or whenever the user data is changed. The reason for that is um, if there is a sort by option already selected, so we have to sort the search result itself instead of sorting the entire data. We only have to sort the search result itself, and that's the reason uh, we do this. Then we set the filter data again. This is the main functionality until we have the data. We will display is loading, and if we have the data, then we directly display the table. This is the main component that displays the actual table. Now, uh, to uh, maintain the pagination, we use this particular code. This particular code takes care of the pagination thing. Uh, we get the start index using the page number state variable that we have used over here. Yeah. Then we declare the table header, and the table body is mapped according to the number of rows we have got from the value. Yes, that's it with the front-end code, and then this particular thing maintains the buttons below. This is straightforward code. To use the index um, to display the number of the one. Index plus one is used because the index starts with 0, and this is the search bar component. It's very straightforward as well. And then the sort by component, very straightforward. Uh, we have used some different values for data sending, data descending, time ascending, and time descending. Actually make sure it works in the main code. That's pretty much it. And the one more thing is that I've deployed the backend in the render.com and deployed the frontend in vercel.com. Yeah, that's it for the video. I thank Zithara for giving me this opportunity to record my first YouTube video. As a developer, uh, I think it went quite well. Thank you.